Hello everybody, it's Marcia from Kansas Misfit. And today, well, yesterday you saw me. Yesterday we was picking up the beans and things that we had picked from the garden and stuck them in the back of the truck, and we brought them in the house, and now I'm going through them and taking the bean pods off and putting them in here. And the dry ones, which is almost dry, that's trash here. This is almost dry. Whoa, it is dry. Oh, that's a kidney bean. I got my jar here from the kidney beans. But yeah. Okay. But I'm putting all my bean pods in here from all my plants. This in here is flat. Nothing's in it. Nope. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. And then the dry ones I'll come through here and take them out of the pods. This way I have a place for all my beans to sit inside my little tote here. I'll show it to you in a minute. They can sit in there until they're dry, and then I can take them and put them in the container that they're going to be stored in. And you bet I will be planting again next year, because I like beans. I can eat beans all year round. I don't mind farting, do you? I mean, that's nature. And if you say you don't fart, you're a liar, because we all fart. So, this is going to be nice. When I get all these dried and taken out and putting in their proper container. I was going to put these beans in my mason jar, that way I can see what's in there. Don't have to worry about mice or anything like that getting into it, because they don't eat glass. They do get in plastic. But I'm going to be putting it in plastic because I am almost out of mason jars. That's how good of a garden season I had this year. Lots and lots and lots of produce. And when the garden is totally done, I will show you everything I made. And if I can ever get StreamYard to work, I will do a video and show you. But I don't know how to get it to work. If you can help me, I'd appreciate it. That'd be nice, My husband goes, "Did you plant any red beans?" I go, "Those are kidney beans," and I showed him. He goes, "Oh, cool." So yeah. But this is a treat for me. Now, if only I can get a lot of green beans. Right now, I have some green beans in the garden. That's about this size. I want them big like this. Then it'd be worth picking, But hopefully next week, I will, like Wednesday or so, I'll be able to, they'll be big enough for me to pick. Give them time to fill out, They can still do it. Isn't this nice? All these beans. Now we got something to eat when we don't have nothing to eat. It's like, don't know what to make. So I just make a crock pot full of beans, and the next day you know what you're going to eat. Because that way they can cook all night, and you got your meal for the next day all ready. And you know what I like to do when I make a big batch of beans. Way too much for a meal. On purpose. Then the next day, I'll take the leftovers from the beans and add meat and make chili. I don't care if it's not kidney beans. I'll make chili out of pinto beans, make chili out of whatever beans. Even butter beans. It's a different flavor, but I will do that. And then when the chili the next day, instead of having chili again, I put a box of macaroni and cheese, and mix it inside the beans and have chili mac. By that time, I'm tired of beans, and I just hopefully finish them up. But I don't know. A lot of dry beans on here. But I'm going to be so busy all winter long picking beans. Taking beans out of the pods. This one here is dry and ready. But that's what I'm going to do. Right now I'm just putting them in their place. And then I'll be taking them and putting them in their bags. So I got some gallon Ziploc bags that I will be filling up with the beans as they dry out. So, but like I said, and then my husband said, so are you going to save some of those to plant next year? I go, we got plenty. So yeah, however many, But my garden next year is going to be even bigger than this year. I learn so much every year when I garden, and it just makes me happy that, I learned that green beans need to be planted closer together. I did not know, So if I planted the amount of green beans that I planted this year, the way I'm going to plant next year, we would have so much more room in our garden to have other goodies, And then there's compatible things that I can plant with each plant, like onions. Bugs don't like the smell of onions, so you can plant your carrots in between your onions, and that'll keep the bugs away from the carrots. The carrots take a while to grow, and the onions take all year, seems like. So the co-companion and help each other. I think that's all the beans on this one. Let me push pause. I got food in the oven. I gotta get it up, and I'll be right back. Well, guess what I had in the oven, guys? I had tomato castro from the garden. And my husband goes, "We ready to eat?" I said, "As soon as I'm done with my video, we can eat." So he's ready. So he's in the other room watching the video. And I'm finishing up my video here. When these beans are done, then my video will be done. I'm just happy that I'm happy, I owe you guys all so much. You guys, if it wasn't for you, my garden would not have been this good. I make my videos for you. I like the idea of you watching me. It keeps me accountable for my garden and anything else I'm doing. But I love growing food, and I never could do it very good. But now that I have a few people watching me, that watches me on a regular basis, it makes me feel good because they're talking about me, about my garden, I appreciate you for all the comments. I appreciate all the views, even if you're not sponsored and you're watching me. That's helping me because I'm making it for you. I'm making the food for me, but I'm making the video for you. One of the beans just fell on the ground. Which I don't care. I'll be getting them picked up. See, this one here is dry. It's ready to take the beans out and put it in the bag. But I gotta figure out what bean it is. It ain't all the way dry. Figure out what bean it is so I can separate them. And if I have enough, which I think I will, I'm gonna make I only have 5 different kinds of beans. But next year I'll have more. But I'm gonna make a 5 bean soup. Oops, I dropped some on the floor. 5 bean soup and mix them together. And that'll be something yummy. So, if you've made it this far in the video, comment kidney beans, because that way I know who's actually watching the video, because they will comment. And be looking forward to things like that on my videos, because I'm going to be doing that, so I know who's actually watching and not just coming on and saying, I'm here for you, or I watched the whole video, but yet you can't answer questions. That way I know who's real and who's not. But I appreciate you commenting, even if you don't comment what I'm wanting you to comment. Any comment is good, because there's communication between you and me. But if you communicate, what you like, then I know what to do. If it's something you don't like, then I know what not to do. Some bug just came out and ran around my cheek. Almost done here, guys. Then I'll show you my beans. After they're all off the plants. No more beans this year. But next year I'll be growing them again. And I hope I do good next year as well. But next year I'm going to have a whole lot more food growing than this year. And I'll be trying some new stuff out also. My husband's getting hungry, so I'm going to have to hurry. I'm trying to hurry. Any beans on here? Nope. So, getting closer to the end. And I never grew. I grow okra every year, even when I was younger. My husband always says, your garden's too big, you can't take care of it, you shouldn't even plant that much. But this year, I showed him. So I planted a lot. And I'm getting a good harvest. So, with him yelling at me and telling me, maybe not yelling at me, but over and over and over, complaining, what do you want to call it, nagging, you got to keep it watered, you got to keep the weeds out. That's the only thing you got to do. Then you have a nice harvest. Well, thank you, David. I know. It's easier said than done, but I've found a way that works for me, and it makes me happy. So, I wonder how many pounds of beans I got. My husband says, what are you going to do if you're picking them beans and a spider comes out? I said, I'll probably throw it on the floor and scream and run away. I am not a spider fan at all. Not any kind of spider. A dead spider is my kind of spider. Really, no spider is better. When I go out to the garden and work, what keeps me going is I take my mop bucket out there with me to pick weeds, and I tell myself I cannot go in the house until that mop bucket is full of weeds. And if I get tired and it's like, this is boring or whatever, I don't care. You want to go in the house to take a break, you fill that bucket up with weeds. When that weed is full, when that bucket's full, then you can take your break. Here's another bean. And then that's what I do. It takes me about 30 minutes or whatever, but I fill it up, and then I got me a break. And then every time I go out, I get more weeds. And then when I harvest, I do the same way. Try to fill up my bucket before I stop harvesting. Unless I don't have anything to harvest. That's a different story. Okay, I think I got them all. Let's see. I got them stuck all over me. Those leaves stick everywhere. Okay, let me take you off of here and show you the beans. Look at this. Isn't that nice? And then when they're ready to take, when they're dry like this, I can take them out and put them in their bags. When they're wet, or, you know, these ain't ready. When these are ready, then I'll put them out. That is a pretty good batch of beans, but looky here. There's the beets I picked, and here's the rest of the beans down here. That's a lot of beans, isn't it? I'm going to be picking beans out of those pods all winter long. So, I will talk to you guys tomorrow with another video. Ta-ta!